Somos tu conexión con el rock.
Talk about some of what you do with your interviews and all that. You want to explain a little bit about that? Because it's kind of like what I do.
Okay, well, we have a program in at the beginning. It was a radio program in a radio station, but not in FM. It was online. The radio station is named Plug Stereo, and I was the director of Plug Stereo like 3 or 4 years ago. So I decided to start a space to promote and to play rock because here in Cali we don't have any radio station in FM. The few
Oh,
spaces that we have to listen to rock are everything in online. So I decided to do it in an online too. But the thing is that the few spaces that we have, they are not doing what we're doing right now. I mean, for example, they just play the same old bands that I'm not saying that's bad because those are
mm-hmm.
legends and they have all our respect. I'm talking about singers like James Hetfield from Metallica, Brian Johnson from AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, The Purple, and all those big monsters that started with the rock in the 70s and 80s. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing is that those spaces, programs, TV shows, or YouTube channels, or everything that it's involved in the rock world, are just doing the same things than 20 years before. I mean, they are just playing those old songs, but they are not looking to the new bands, the new artists, and all these people that are coming behind these old bands, and that they are doing an interesting work, and they are playing very very good music. So when I decided to do this, I talked to my friend that is my producer. His name is Hugo Trejos, and I talked to him because he's a rock DJ as I am. We work as a rock DJs in two bars in Cali. So one of the things that we agree, it was that we needed to show something different and not playing the same old songs as always, and to try to show people that are many bands doing something interesting and something different and very good sounds talking about rock. And we agreed, and then we started to do it on radio, and we had the opportunity to interview with artists like Timo Tolkki, with artists like, for example, I don't know if you know it, a band from Spain that it's called Saratoga or Extravaganza. The singer, his name is Leo Jimenez, and he is known as the Beast because he's an amazing singer. That is very known in Europe and in Latin America. Uh, we had the opportunity to interview with Britt Lightning from Vixen Band, that is the new guitarist,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and to Timo Jotipelto from Stratovarius, that is the singer. And we tried to invite this kind of people, but also we invited bands like, for example, Killing Baudelaire. There is a female band from Italy. They are playing something like symphonic power metal, something like that. And many bands that right now are rising up. And then when the quarantine started, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like 5 months ago, we couldn't continue doing the program in the radio. So we decided, Hugo talked to me and told me, hey, so what are we going to do with the program? Because right now we can go to the radio station, we can go and leave, but we can let the show die because it has been 2.5 years of work. So we talked for many days, and we decided to do this all through Facebook Lives using the Zoom platform.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we started to do what we've done before. I mean, a 2 hours show with a recommendation recommending any band or any songs, any new songs, and talking shit between us like you and
Right.
I. And then we noticed that many artists, because of the quarantine, were at their homes,
Mm-hmm.
and Hugo started to contact them and to send him in some emails or messages through Instagram, and we saw that they accepted. And I think that, and I remember that the first big one that we had between the quarantine was
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Scott Soto from Sons of Apollo, and he was singer from In by Malm's team and from Journey and many other projects. And he was so pleased and he was so nice with us and so kind, and we have him for around 1.5 hours talking to him, and that was impressive for us. But we knew that what we are doing right now was going to be possible, so we started to invite more artists, more singers, more female singers, more bands. And just to name a couple of them, we have had the opportunity to interview with Jeff Scott Soto, with Ronnie Romero, which is the singer of Richie Blackmore's Rainbow,
Mm-hmm.
uh, with the Girls of Dixon Band, with Maxine and Roxy Petrucci, with the singers of Therion. I'm talking about Chiara Moldestiti and Rosalia Sairem. We have the opportunity to talk with the Snowy Show, with Thomas Bigstrom. We had the opportunity to talk with who else? Uh, Edu Falashi, which is the singer of Angra.
Okay.
And that interview was yesterday. And but also we have the opportunity to talk with those rising bands that are growing up right now and that are working with very known labels, talking about music like Frontiers. For example, we had the opportunity to talk with Margarita Monet from Edge of Paradise, which is friend of Maddie.
She's awesome. Which Maddie says hi. He's actually here watching us now.
Okay.
How'd the
We
tides turn?
we had the opportunity to interview with Ana Chiara from Imperial Age, with Alessia Melanie Scoletti from Temperance. Who else? Renan Sonta from a project from Brazil that is called Electric Mob. They are amazing. I recommend you. Uh, Another brand from Brazil, which we from melodic death metal. They are called Semblant. And we who else? Well, many bands. And for this Friday, we are going to have the singer of Vision of Atlantis and Temperance. His name is
Did
Mikael.
you say temperance?
Yeah, Temperance
Okay.
and the Ambitions of Atlantis. His name is Mikael. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember right now the last name, but it's Mikael. We are going to talk with the singer of Sacred Rule, and those are some interviews that we have programmed for this week. And that's what we're doing right now, trying to show people what are the new bands doing about rock, what are they doing, what other countries are doing talking about rock, because rock is not dead, as many people have said
Mm-hmm.
that the rock is dead because those
Well,
months.
to be fair, Gene Simmons said that, and nobody claims Gene Simmons for anything. So
But that's the problem, because those big icons of rock, uh, it's to have an interview with them is so heavy. They are superstars and they have like 3 or 4 press managers and tour managers and it's so
yes, sir.
difficult to get close to them. So that's why here in Colombia many radio stations don't try to have interviews, because for them these bands that are rising up, that are growing up right now, and that are I don't know, new in the good way of the word.
Mm-hmm.
Those bands are not interested. Don't call the attention for the big ones in the radio station here in Colombia. In Colombia, in Bogota, we have 2 radio stations that play rock, that are still playing rock. But those are in Bogota. In Cali, we don't have any radio station in FM. In Bogota, yeah. I think I think in two more cities there are one or two more radio stations in FM, but they are not interested in having these interviews and in having these artists and these bands, and that's what we are making a difference because we accept the big ones as the names I gave you before, but we also accept the new ones because that's the new blood of rock, and in 5, 10 years later, they are going to be monsters of rock, and they are going to be those icons of the new age of rock. And that's important to us to have them right now, because I know they are going to they're more humble. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they are so thankful when little space in rock as we are is interested in having them and is interested in knowing what are they doing, and we open the doors for any releasing new song, and I think it's an important work, and that's Rockline is doing right now. And obviously we'd like to have a space on FM, but as I told to Mary earlier, to have a space in a radio station on FM, or if you want to open your own radio station on FM here in Colombia, it's really really expensive. You need to spend around $300,000 to buy the permission, because if you want to transmit in FM here, you need to ask for the permission to the government to use
Airspace.
to the airspace. Here we call it
They do
the
the same
spectrum.
thing to us.
We call it the spectrum, the radiophonic spectrum, and also you need to buy the dial, that is the frequency, which people in the car are going to tune you, and both of them, between them, you spend more or less $150,000 because you have to buy them. And then you have to buy the antennas and the transmitters and the computers, and the location, to adequate a location with the record studio for the production, and with the cabin, and and it's really expensive, and just so monsters of the communications here in Colombia has the opportunity to have a space in FM. But it's a dream. It's something that I like to do. I don't know when, but I hope sooner as possible. And it would be so nice, because I want to combine these two formats. I want to combine these live interviews, these digital tools that we have right now, and that the old radio stations didn't have before.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously do the FM transmission, because that's what helps you to get the crowd, to get more
Right.
people connected, and to get a big amount of people. And it would be so nice, because, as I said, nobody is doing what we are doing, and not at least in Colombia. And to be the first ones of doing it, it would be really, really grateful.
I got you, man. Well, Matt, I know he's on here, and he did. I think that there was a couple questions that he had for you that he probably wasn't able to ask you earlier,
Yeah.
as he was being photo bombed or video stream bombed by Andy McCoy and Demi Daly. But you know what? As a rock writer, I
What,
mean,
what?
that's kind of cool. I mean, if I was doing a live stream with Maddie, and damn, I wish Eddie McCoy would jump on the damn thing. I've been doing this with Maddie for a while. That's never happened to me. I guess you're the lucky one. But he had mentioned that you guys do a lot on Zoom, but he had a question,
Yeah.
and that was, how do you feel about doing live streams on on Instagram, like Matt and I are doing?
Hmm.
Because we're eventually working towards a goal of a larger scale thing with radio, video, just a little bit of everything. But we're starting small on Instagram. So you're across a lot of formats. uh, and you're very educated in this. I've listened to you talk. Could you? I mean, what? How do you feel about the Instagram live streams?
Well, I think Instagram definitely it's a powerful tool, and even more than Facebook. As I said to Maddie, the biggest that I think there is a problem with Instagram, and it's the restriction of time because you can just stream live for an hour, and I think, for example, for us, during the interviews, we just don't talk. We show videos
Right.
as a TV program. For example, we have an introduction in Colombia. It's called Cabezote. That it's the beginning of the program, the introduction of the program, which is produced and it has music and all those stuffs. And we start with an introduction, and then we watch a video, and then we come we get into the interview. We have a salutation and hi, we are blah 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 blah. Today we are going to talk with da da da, and we start to talk with the guest, and we talk to the guest for around 10 minutes, and then after those 10 minutes, we watch another video, and then we come back again for the interview, and that's the dynamic during the interview. So I think just 1 hour in Instagram is not enough, even when
Hmm.
you have some guests that speak a lot. For example, Edu Falaci yesterday, he talks a lot. Jeff Scott Soto talks a lot. They are given to the interview.
Hmm.
They like to talk. They like to tell you things, to show you things, and they make fun of you, and they make jokes, and that's what we do in the interviews. So that's the only problem that I find in Instagram. But we can deny that is a powerful tool, and is the more used. Is the social network that is right now on the top, and
Hmm.
it's the tool that people use for finding restaurants, for finding food, for finding even clothes, shoes, and many stores or markets or different places to buy anything, and to show, in the case of music, to show the music that he is or the band is doing.
So you're
Uh,
showing actual like videos of what they're doing, right? You're showing
exactly.
like their videos. So you're running like OBS software, something.
We don't use OBS already because though Hugo is my producer, he's a little bit narrow-minded to use those tools. So the one who will do it, it was me. But the thing is that because my internet coverage, I can't use OBS already
Hmm.
because I don't have any strong coverage of internet here in my area because this neighborhood is new, is around 2 years. They was made
Yeah,
around
yeah, we
ago.
were talking about that earlier. You and I
So
were.
the internet providers are not based on here. So we are talking about that because OBS offers you the opportunity to be more professional. I mean, you
Absolutely.
can use lower thirds, and you can use your brand or your logo, and you can use any I don't know how to say in English, those spaces for putting information, or for putting the twitters if you have that social network,
Hmm.
and, and you can make transitions between the cameras and the videos, and you can upload more videos, and it would be easier, and we're talking about doing that. But I think I need to find a internet provider which gives me an strong connections, and I think that in that case we we would be available to use OBS because it's a good tool. And so far we are using Zoom, and we engage it with Facebook Live. But
Mhm.
we record the interviews and we upload it to our YouTube channel, and we extract the audio and we upload it to our podcast channel, which it's Mixcloud, with
Mhm.
it cloud, the platform Mixcloud. And though in those audios that we extract from the videos, we resend it to Spain to a website that is called citymusicradio.com. They are from Spain and they retransmitted many radio stations from Latin America, from Mexico, from Argentina, from Chile, and from Colombia. In the case of us, and we send those audios to Spain. So we try to embrace many platforms and many tools that we can get the opportunity to get in. And it has been amazing, because many people around the world are listening to us, are knowing who we are and what we are doing right now.
Right, right. I'm totally listening to you, but I'm kind of laughing at the same time if you see me smirking a little bit because there's this dude that's like right behind you that's just exercising it. Just every now and then I see him jumping and it's kind of funny to me. Sorry.
Don't
uh,
worry.
uh, it's yeah, I like OBS software a lot, and that's something that we're going to use down the line. Not right now, of course. I've you were on Matt's show earlier, hence the Demi Dallas and Andy McCoy bomb. Um, uh, so he was able to talk to you a little bit about what him and I are kind of partnering up and doing with the Stream Cross. Uh,
Uh-huh.
that I
I would
really
like to know what is a stream cross, in your words, because I didn't understand so much what was the dynamic about, and I really would like to know because it called my attention. I think it's an amazing idea from the few ideas that I could get, but I would like to
mhm.
know what it is because it sounds really good.
It's um yeah, we came up with this concept where Maddie of course is doing his live streams. I'm doing my live streams. He's
Okay.
in he's in Finland.
Uh-huh.
I'm in US,
Okay.
in Florida.
Florida. Okay.
Um he has contacts with lots of bands over in Finland. I happen to know some that are here and this and that. And, I've been in the industry a bit. Um, and so the way that we're going to do it is we got an enormous amount of bands. And right now we got I think, almost 30 bands right now. I'm
30
sure,
bands.
yeah, I'm sure some will drop off, but these are all, see, this is just going to be interviews, but these are going to be like short, 25-minute interviews, but it's going to be extremely seamless. It's going to be literally him and I going back and forth with these interviews, and we're even going to be using like oh, I don't got it sitting right here with me. But we're even going to be like pre-recording each other's questions and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so that while I'm interviewing a band, like, or I'm interviewing you per se,
Yeah.
um, like just like I have on, I'll just do it here. But
Hmm.
Matt, he'll pop up and he'll literally ask you a question.
In
So
video.
in video, and
Okay.
so it'd be kind of cool. And then we're trying to get bands to donate a bunch of merch so that we can have all these contests, and we're gonna have it's really all tiers of music, which is kind of cool. We've got the big bands, we've got the medium bands, and we've got some of the smaller guys and stuff like that we're just trying to, everybody needs exposure right now, and we're all a brotherhood. Like, I don't even know you, you're a brother to me. We're all in this together. So, and
Yeah.
we also, with everything that's been going on with with COVID and just everything, and over here, fucking politics, just everything. We just wanted to have a day of none of that, where everybody just gets together in solidarity and rock and roll and seamlessly enjoys each other. We're also going to be, on top of, Maddie and myself also asking questions, the bands are also going to be asking the other bands questions.
Okay.
So it's really going to be interesting the way we do it. And there's going to be lots of giveaways, and there's going to be some really cool bands, and it's going to be very engaging.
Yep.
We're going to try and have as much engagement as possible with everybody that's watching. And I think that our hope is that it's kind of, if it ends up being 6, 7, 8 hours, whatever it is, we hope that 6, 7, 8 hours that other people can escape and enjoy a bunch of good bands and getting to know people and getting to know different music and getting to know everything and doing it festival style and really, really.
And is there going to be live music or?
Not, unfortunately, we cannot. We're not set up with Instagram to do the live music.
Okay.
It's literally just the interviews and stuff like that with the bands. It's still a really cool concept. We're gonna do it in different ways. Hopefully, this is just the first one.
Okay.
Hopefully, we have like a rock, a metal, a rap, even a model fest, just everything. But yeah, it's going to be really fun. It's going to be festival style, and it's a good way for a lot of these bands, like you were talking, a lot of these bands that are younger and that are hungrier. It's a good chance for them to get out, and get into the public eye a little bit. And I think it's going to be a great time. I think that we're going to have a lot of people tuning in. I think that it's going to be very good for all of the bands involved. And yeah, we want to get as many people as we can, just like a brotherhood involved, we want to work with as many people as we can on this to make it as seamlessly and just fun as possible,
Oh, and it sounds great. And if I am understanding, what you want to do is like a big brotherhood to make some interviews between all of us or all the people which is involved at the same time, but every question is going to be recorded before. Is that?
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. Like a lot of the questions, like I'll be talking to them live one-on-one. And then I'll have Maddie show up on the video. It will be a pre-recorded question. He'll ask his question, and then another band that is predetermined. We've chose Maddie for that. Another band will show up on the screen, and they will ask a pre-made video question. And yeah, and then is what we do is, Maddie kind of slides into my streams, as I let bands go. And then we just kind of go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's going to be really interesting, and I don't think it's ever been done. So we want to keep everything in a short form, 20, 25 minutes, almost like mini streams, so that each of these individual bands, especially the smaller ones, they get a chance to share that kind of stuff and also take that stream themselves, and they can say, hey, I have, when we were first starting out, we were on the same stream as Flat Earth, That's pretty cool, you know.
Yeah.
Or we were on the same stream as Corey from Crimson Shadows. I mean, there's just it's it's just kind of a cool concept, and we're really looking forward to it. We hope people really, really enjoy it.
Yeah. And you are going to put this through which platform? I mean, this is going to
This
be through Instagram, or you are going to use OBS or any
this
or any
is
other.
all just going to be through Instagram. That's what's so interesting. That's why it's gonna. We like a challenge.
Okay.
We like
It
a
would
challenge.
it would be so nice to be part of it. I think it would be great, and we just needed that you told us what kind of questions we can write, and what are the bands that are going to be there, to get some information about them and send you the questions. And obviously, if we can retransmit this event, it would be so great.
Oh yeah, we'd love to do anything that we can with you. I mean, you guys are, and this is something I want to point out. You know as well as I do how much work goes into all this stuff.
Yeah,
It's extraordinary.
yeah,
And people don't see that. They just a lot of people think you're just fooling around on the internet, or you're doing this, or you're doing that, or it's a hobby. Because the truth is, we don't make well, nothing.
yeah. That's the truth.
We get paid in magic beans,
Yeah,
and
we just been
no,
satisfied.
actually,
That's all.
we get paid in the fact that you're in Colombia, right?
Yeah,
I'm in Cape Coral, Florida. You're such an interesting guy. I would have never met you before, ever, if it wasn't for this stream. So I mean, it's stuff like that. We get to meet such cool people and interview such cool people, whether it be from music, whether it be from, modeling, or just anything. It's really cool, because then we can all use that as a network together, and we can try and help each other as, we start to expand and go to different platforms eventually, to make it a little bit bigger. Um, and you guys are already in that process. So you guys are kind of here, and we're baby steps. We're running after, trying to catch up to you.
yeah.
See, Maddie's making a point too, that he thinks it'd be really cool if you guys, if Rockline would be interested in asking the bands a question.
It would be a pleasure.
Yeah, I'm sure we could work something out, and we'll definitely talk more about it off stream. I don't want to put you on the spot and say a bunch of stuff, but I definitely like to talk to you one-on-one, and I think we could work out something pretty cool.
Of course, we can. And it was just that, or it would be just needed that you explain to us the whole dynamic. I mean, that you will tell us how can we send the questions, what are going to be the bands, to get some information about them and make the right question.
Absolutely.
And how we can send you the videos. I mean, recording by phone, or recording with a camera recorder or something like that. And we would be so proud of being part of this, because it sounds really good, and these things and these dynamics are very interesting.
Yeah, it's great, man. I'm really happy to hear that. And I promise you, I really wasn't trying to put you on the spot and just be like, "Hey, come work with us." But no, I find you very interesting, and I think that quite honestly, I think that I could the Matt and I could both probably learn quite a bit from you. And and we don't take those kind of things lightly, and we also don't take those kind of relationships lightly, and we appreciate it very much.
No, of
Um,
course.
I know you were on Maddie's show earlier, um, and like it got crazy, but like let's run through your day really quick. as a as a rock journalist, you know, you basically okay. So you went on one stream. For the people that don't really, would you like to explain what happened today?
Well, the thing is that Maddie invited me to have a live stream with him in in his Instagram, and because he wanted to know a little bit more what we are right now doing in Rockline here in Colombia. He wanted to know what Rockline is, who are the people who made Rockline, and I was having some troubles with the connection, and it was really funny. They was at a studio after a rehearsal, and I couldn't hear clearly and him, and it was really fun because I have to go out of the connection and go back again, and then we have a special conversation in a good meeting, and it was amazing to know new people and to know people that is or that are making things like the things that we are doing right now in Colombia, and people which are speaking the same language, and it's
Yeah,
amazing to be part of it and to know new people and to make new friends that like to speak the same language, and that language is obviously the rock and roll.
right. Yeah, yeah. And as Matt always points out, he always thanks everybody on his live stream that speaks English on our live stream. That's not their native language, because it's very kind of you to do that, and we do appreciate that. And since I've seen him doing that, I've thought about it, and I was like, that's a really cool thing to actually say.
Hmm.
Um, but it is great because we do talk a universal language, rock and roll, um, and it, we do get to meet so many cool people like yourself, among others, and you know, um, me meeting, Matthew, and now doing the stream cross, and hopefully, like I said, well, I'll talk to you a little bit more, and we'll see about getting maybe some questions from you and your colleagues. We'll get you all the information on all of the bands and the email and everything. I'll get you all that stuff. You don't worry about it. Um, and like, be great to have you and your colleagues, everybody. Come on, and we'll all have some fun. Uh, um, I do got to jump off here, just because I got about 3 minutes. But I really want to thank you. This was extremely short notice for you on my part. It was very, very gracious of you to come on like you did, um, and just talk to me like you've known me for 20 years. I really appreciate you.
Oh no, thank you so much for the invitation and for having us, and for wishing know a little bit more about Rockline, and of course we are very glad to be part of it. And it would be so nice if we can be a part of the stream cross. It sounds
Of course.
amazing. And if we can send you some questions, it's just that you explain to us how it's going to be the dynamic, what we have,
Absolutely.
what we need to do to be part of it, and of course we will be so glad to be part of it, and to help you to push this up, and to to get this in a to be this real, you know, and
Right.
it will be our pleasure. And thank you so much for the invitation and for having me here. And it was a really good time and a really good talk.
Oh, that's awesome. And we are going to stay in touch. And um, I will get you that information probably tomorrow sometime is what I'm going to try and do. And I will probably, if you get some free time, of course, I'll text you first. But I'll talk to you some more about it tomorrow.
Of course, there's no problem. I'm gonna be waiting for your messages and for your text. And of course, thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy. You want to tell everybody where they can find Rockline and
Of course, people can follow us on Instagram as Rockline Radio,
hmm
in Facebook as Rockline. Our YouTube channel is Rockline Radio TV,
hmm
and you can find us on Mixcloud as Rockline, and you can listen to us in the website www.cdmusicradio.com on Spain at 19 hours on Tuesdays. And you can watch our live interviews and our live videos during the week. Just connect with the fan page of Facebook, and you can find the notifications and the spots and the posters of our coming interviews.
Wow, that is you got a lot of stuff. I got some work to do, man. I got to start hustling harder, man. This, whew, man, you got me going now, man. You get my motor started. But,
Thank you.
I appreciate you, buddy. And as always, I want to tell everybody to please go get. He just gave you all the information. Please go give him a follow.
Thank you.
And also give me a follow and give Janitas Official a follow, because we're all in this together, and this is a team sport we're doing right now. So
Of course we. And if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram as
I
arroba.
absolutely will.
The thing is that my nickname is in Spanish. I'm going to try to tell you in English. It's
Okay.
arroba I am David López. But
Okay.
in Spanish. That's my nickname. Arroba I am David López. You can find me as it in Instagram if you want to follow me. If people
You
want
got
to follow. Okay, thank you so much for the time.
So-
I think I think we're getting to the end because the time is running out right now, right?
Right. All right, buddy. Well, thank you
Okay.
very much. And I'll talk
Well, it's
to
my
you
pleasure
soon.
to know
I'll
you
talk
to
to
be
you
here.
tomorrow.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. See you guys. Thanks for tuning in.